Okay, so today's video is going to be about this style carburetor off of Quattro series Briggs and Stratton. Unfortunately, I do not have any videos of taking these off, but I am going to make a video about putting on a new diaphragm, and this is also going to be a tip video because there's a couple things that are common problems on these that I'm going to have to do to this. But for materials, you are going to need a diaphragm and a gasket. I only have a gasket right now because that's part of the tip, and I've already done a diaphragm in this, but I'll still do it for you guys. Carb and choke cleaner, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, Scotch shop towels are good. All of the parts will be listed in the description below. I'll list this tool as well, gasket scraper. You're gonna need Phillips screwdriver, possibly pliers, gasket scraper, and I had to use this tool to loosen my screws because they were super tight because I used my impact, but you can use an impact or anything else except a bit, you know. So now we can use a screwdriver. First thing you want to do is pull off this, the tube. I like to have a shop towel down. Then this gasket, and you can also, this is just a basic way how to do it. There's rebuilds you can do. There's a lot of videos on these. These are very common style. But once you get them loosened up, I'll also probably eventually make a video on how to switch this primer bulb. They also make tools for that. But all of these parts and all of the tool, or probably not the tools because it's just basic Phillips head and stuff. Oh, one more thing. If your screws are loose and you have one of these Craftsman screwdrivers, you can actually fit a wrench on the end of that, or you can put a wrench on that so you can turn it. But that's a little tip in case you want to do that because yours are super tight and you don't have any other tools. Or you could probably just grab onto this with like a pair of pliers. There's a lot. This is just a screwdriver I'm using. Probably the easiest. But yes, just 5 or 6 screws, 6 screws. Just get them out. This video might be a little bit long. Let's see here, that side's done, I think. Just got one more screw left. And you can buy pretty cheap aftermarket versions of these for like 30 bucks. You can get this whole tank and carb. Cheap tiniest one, but it's still worth rebuilding them because they just go on the shelf. Once you do that, you want to pull it off. And here's your gasket. Mine isn't even that stretched because I haven't really, this kept leaking around the seal, but you just pull these off, which I'm going to show you. And pull them off. Then they make kits. Of course I drop it. They make kits and then they come with this spring, they come with the mesh, and they come with the diaphragm and the gasket. But I do not have one of those kits right now with me. But you're going to just want to clean them off. I'm going to do that off camera real fast. I like to do it inside of a bin where I keep all my paper towels. And I'm just going to clean this off. Just blow it off with some carb cleaner. It's all cleaned. I like to set them on a fresh shop towel. And then gaskets. This looks clean. Ooh. God, I'm dropping everything. Magnetic tray is, that's what the magnetic tray is meant for, so that you don't do what I just did. Hold on. Well, guys, I lost that. I'm going to have to find that off camera, but I'll just show you guys assembling. It's not that hard. So you get your carb and clean that off because that's really nasty. So once you clean out your thing, you get your spring back in. I lost it as well. You get your diaphragm. And that goes on just like that. Then you get your gasket. Oh, actually, here's the tip that I was going to show you guys. So here's the tip. You slip this on, Got it going on upside down, I think. Hold on. There we go. So you get on the gasket first, then you get on the diaphragm. If your carb is leaking on your gas tank, where it mounts to, and then you get another gasket, and you make it like a little sandwich, pretty much. So once you do that, you're pretty much good. What I like to do is I like to get a couple screws in there to start it. I like to get about 2 in. And you want to get, make sure that's cleaned out in there too. And make sure your mesh thing is cleaned out, but usually those come in the kit. And I'll leave links to everything, like I said. They're all in the description and in the comments. They'll be pinned. Once you do that, you just want to hand tighten them down. Or, well, you want to get them tight, obviously, so that it doesn't leak. That's what was happening with this carburetor. It kept leaking right around, right where it meets on the tank. So just get that hand tightened down. Switch is good. Get it tight as you can. Obviously, if you're a big guy, don't pound down on it or with an impact, because this is a plastic carburetor, like some of them which are metal. So you just want to get them in there. And then I obviously don't have the 5th one because I dropped. So once you get all of them tightened, you want to get your tube back on, and then you want to get that back on, and you might need this to get the gasket off of a carburetor, and you might need this to pull the spring off or the mesh off. And I should have used a magnetic tray, but I dropped my screw, so that's why you always use one of them. But yeah, that's all there is, really. Probably could have cleaned out that carburetor a little bit better, but yeah, that's going to be the end of this video, so I'll see you in the next one. As always, peace. See you in the next one.